Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of the Age of Decadence. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today because I just wiped the floor with this guy, this prospector here. I did a little bit of a better job than I did before, but it was a good thing that I chose what I did in the last episode because we got to hear about his story. That was pretty cool. I don't think we had done that before, but of course I really thought that I was gonna die, but yeah, apparently it wasn't a sure death, and he died. So all in all, things are looking up. We are now at the Library of Seros, or Saros. I suppose it's like Seros or Seros. I have no idea how to pronounce the name of this place. I just pronounce it however I feel like it, because the game, I found nothing of interest, because the game doesn't have voiceovers. There came a great disturbance in the town of Lakia by the Nasvian Sea, with confusion and flight, and all of the people fled from the ships of the kingdom of Kantar, which had crossed the sea, inflicting every kind of punishment upon the people of Lakia. The imperial army, being blessed and varying in design, fell upon the enemy. Slain were the men, their ships set aflame, and the women taken into bondage. Yeah, that's what happened. Some recounts from the war, basically. So this, I am looking now at my second screen and trying to figure out what I really want to do. So in here we are now at we're gonna need, well, we're not gonna need anything, I don't think, but because we can fix the engine here. We're gonna come back later, but there's the engine. Is it the engine? There's something here that we can fix with 6 crafting, or 5 or something. Something about the first of the Magi. He who built his ascent up to the sky. He who founded his vaulted dome above Madaran. He who raised the almighty pillars. Nothing but rat droppings. So that's where we want to go, ultimately. Not right now. Let's go upstairs. There's stuff in here. Let me press tab so I don't miss anything. Nothing of interest there. Oh, did I come here before? Look at us. Looking out into what I suppose is the wasteland. Yeah, but this is all fortified and all that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool building, all in all. Pretty cool building. Let's see what I have here. Nothing, probably. Oh, the cities did lay in ruin, the rivers did no longer flow, the mountains had tumbled, and the dead did strew the whole land. The wrath of power brought down both the wicked kingdom of Kantar and the glorious empire. The gods returned to their kingless realm, for everyone must go to the place from which he comes. That's not exactly what happened, but I don't suppose those who wrote that knew what was going on. But yeah, having played this game and finished it twice now, it really gives a lot. I'm trying not to spoil it too much for those of you who haven't experienced it, but it really gives a lot of perspective about everything that goes on in the world, and I think that's a very, very good aspect to replaying the game. It's a very, very good one. And down here, what are we gonna find? Because when we came here as Kato, things didn't go according to plan, and when we came here as Klepta, things didn't go according to plan. I think we need, yeah, I think we need 8 perception and 9 intelligence. Kato didn't have the perception. Oh, did he? I think he did. But we need the crafting, and Kato didn't have the crafting. So what I'm gonna try and do is try and figure out where the secret room is, because I think it must be somewhere around here. No, let's see. Let's keep looking for whatever is in here. War did come, and like the army who brought it, the magnitude humbled all that came before. Men and towns burned alike, and even the seas stirred with the fury of war. The sun became as night, and the moon ceased to shine. The war continued with the passing of many years, and although countless thousands died, the Kantari servants of power called upon the gods of chaos, who came forth like an eruption, consuming the armies and fleets of men. Yes. The gods helped the war, but the war was also... Yes. Lore success. You find a crumbling scroll depicting a strange diagram and some comments written in a language you recognize. It seems that the scrolls show some kind of network connecting different... Let's read down here. Some kind of network connecting different places, although the purpose of such a network is unclear. You're able to copy 2 locations to your map before the scroll falls apart in your hands. I think that's the maximum we can get out of that scroll. That's what we got as a lore master. There was a lore success. Yes, indeed it was. Our lore right now is at 4. We have spent absolutely 0 points in lore, and we still have 4. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Let's see what we have here. A single year did come to pass, and again a great number of Kantari ships crossed the sea. The ships carrying an army larger than had ever been witnessed, and never had the words of power afforded such benefit to a coming invasion. The Are we good? Are we good? Yeah. The Cantari, of course, are the guys that fought against the Empire. And we don't really know who they were. I'm not sure I know who they were. If they were just barbarians, as they are said to be by some people. If they were, I don't think they were. Pretty sure they were. Yeah, but there's this machine here, and we need 6 crafting or 5 crafting to fix it. If it's 5 crafting, I think we should be okay. But if it's 6, not so much. Let's see what we have here. Then the high magi summoned beings which have no king and gain superiority to all that came before them. Let's read down here. Moreover, immortality defies them within the mortal domain, exalting them far beyond kings and champions. They did then condemn the gods of chaos and their forces, casting them into the abyss and breaking their malefic hold upon the land. I think this might have been one of the scrolls that Abukar read. You find an old map, but it falls apart in your hands the moment you touch it. The fragments depict a strange arc in the middle of nowhere and a stylized tower surrounded by small dwellings. You add both locations to your map. That is Inferii and the Arch, and we are going there. We are going there. So there we go. Okay, perfect. Now, for this machine, I think it's 5 crafting. I should be okay. I mean, we have a lot of skill points. The fact that we didn't spend anything in block is really good. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't gain block, we just gained training. Oh, come on. I thought... Okay, whatever. It's good, though. It's good. Let's save the game here. Let's see what we can do here. You see a strange machine, old and broken, stripped of any part that had any value. See if you can fix it. As far as you can tell, it's a generator built after the fall of the Empire, which explains its design less reliant on otherworldly energies, and things man wasn't meant to know. It runs on oil, but the parts that inject the oil into the main chamber and the air valve regulating the air intake are missing. The rest you can do without, considering that you only need this fearsome engine of destruction to report for duty one last time. Come to think about it, you could probably do without a fuel injector, rig up something very temporary, and hope that the machine doesn't blow up in your face. So let's not do that. Let us not do that. We're gonna tell Abukar that we weren't able to fix the engine, or the generator, whatever that is. I just bit my tongue. So why is it that we didn't get that perception success before? You notice the telltale signs of a fake wall behind the elevator, a hidden chamber? Yes, but we need to activate that machine to open this. Knowing that there is another chamber behind the wall, it doesn't take you long to find a hidden switch. You can press the hidden switch, but nothing happens. Probably needs power. Yes, it does. As Klepta, we never got to see what it was, and that's because I didn't know how to do that. Because I think she would have been able to do what I am trying to do right now, which is to go back to Abukar, ask him about this machine, and we'll say, I don't know. I'm not sure why I always run to the exit of the area, but whatever. Let's go to Madaran, and in there we're gonna have a chat with Abukar again. And tell him how things have went. Have went. Oh, whatever. And let's go over there. And hopefully he'll give me the fuel injector or something. Yeah, I think that brings down the crafting requirement or something. Oh, hi. Thought there was another level. What do you want? I found an old machine beneath the library of Saros, but it's missing some parts. There is nothing there. Didn't I tell you that already? He has a different voice now. There's nothing there. Didn't I tell you that already? Yeah, that's a little bit better. So let's see. Intelligence and streetwise, I think this might be better. Why is that? Is that why you've disabled the generator, so that nobody can find nothing you want to keep hidden? You want to see it? You think that you'll be better off knowing? You think that this warning left to us as if we can do anything but pray and hope that the worst won't come to pass is something you can easily forget? Then go and see for yourself. He opens one of the crates and fishes out a strange device. I'll sold the older one to that imbecile who runs the curio stall. If you're lucky, he still has it. Okay, well, do I need the other one? That's a good question. I think Kato got that item just by chance. It's this guy over here. This guy, yeah, there it is. That idiot. Yeah, so what did we get? Ooh, an oil injector. It's the first time we're seeing this item. Pretty cool. It doesn't look like an oil injector to me. It looks like a camshaft or something. Not a camshaft. The name suggests this device is responsible for injecting the right amount of fuel at the right time. Whoever's invented it had way too much time on his hands. Yeah, it looks like a... I don't know the name of the thing. Like a... I don't know. It's not the camshaft, it's something else. But yeah. don't know names. I don't know names in English for those pieces, unfortunately. Let's have a chat with the curio trader. I'm looking for some parts. Parts, eh? A rare commodity these days, but I might have something for you. What do you need? An oil injector? Sounds fancy. Regretfully, I don't have anything that even remotely fits this description. Really? Don't I have an oil injector already? I have an oil injector. So I can't really ask for anything else. Let's browse his wares, see if he has anything. I don't think any of these are what... I think I need to buy something special. Let's see. What kind of house of curio would I be if I didn't? Asks the trader, sounding almost insulted. He pulls a small golden device out of his sleeve and shows it to you. Ever seen anything like this? It's an astrolabos, says the trader, whispering the name carefully as if afraid to be overheard. Everything else I sell, the quality is debatable, but this, my friend, is the real deal. As real as it gets. This little amulet draws its power from the sun. I hope I don't have to explain what that means. I bought it from one of them funny hats, and you know what he told me? Neither sword nor arrow shall touch ye, Marcus. That's what he told me, word for word. I figured a mighty artifact like that is worth at least 500 coins. What do you say, stranger? You figure your life is worth 500 coins? Oh boy, I think he sells something else after that, but let's see how things go if I just get out of here and level up my... So, I don't know how things are gonna go. Let's save the game. I saved the game a whole too many times there. Let's go to the world map. Let's go to the library of Seros over there by the sea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that part of the map is the thing that we saw. Yeah, this part of the map. Or could it be this one? I don't know. We saw like a map in I think it was... what was his name? The leader of the Imperial Guard in Terran. In his office. I think we saw something like that. But I don't remember. Anyway, I don't remember his name either. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what I can do about this machine. As long as I don't blow myself up, everything should be fine. I'm gonna save the game, see what happens here. It takes a while, but eventually the air valve is restored to its rightful place. And now I need crafting and intelligence. Let's go ahead and reattach the oil injector. It takes you a few hours to make the injector work as advertised and pump oil into the main chamber of the machine as needed. Add oil and you're good to go. I have 5 jars apparently. You pray to anyone who might be listening, fill up the lubrication and cooling pipes, and light up the ignition torch. The machine responds by emitting a terrible noise and leaking oil and black smoke. It backfires a few times and then finally comes to its senses and switches to a low humming sound. A moment later, lights flicker and come to life. So we did that. Oh, that's cool. Can I touch it again? Generator is up and running. Perfect. Okay, so I am very satisfied with how things have gone. Right there. Can I see that? Look at that. I wanted to read that, but apparently I can't. So, the generator is up and running. I can now press this switch. I am not sure what is on the other side, so let me save the game, and let's see what happens. You press the switch, and a section of the wall sinks into the floor, revealing a hidden chamber. Oh, it's more of these. Do you guys remember this? It's more of these. They are... I don't even know what they are supposed to be, but they have things written on them. You're standing in a small chamber illuminated by the glowing stone tablets floating in the air with no visible support. Each tablet is carved with rows upon rows of tiny precise symbols. I think these are holograms. That's what they are. Let's examine the tablets. You take a few steps forward and touch the closest tablet. They are not made of stone, but a much lighter material, and the letters seem to have been burned into the surface rather than inscribed. My lore allows me to decipher, I think. The tablets are written in cuneiform, a writing system so old that its origins are lost in the midst of time. They say that the Magi had gained much insight deciphering tablets that were old when the Empire was barely a kingdom, and eventually adopted the script as their own. Sadly, that's all you know. Let's examine the tablets one more time. You find nothing of interest except a small hole in one of the tablets. Holes in old stone tablets are hardly unusual, but the tablets are too flawless and the hole is too perfectly round to be accidental. Let's try the sphere that we had before. You set the sphere in the hole, but it refuses to fit snugly in the socket. Eventually, you realize you need to push and rotate it simultaneously. When the grooves are engaged, the sphere moves smoothly, sinking into the tablet and disappearing entirely. A hidden mechanism gives a series of soft clicks, and a compartment at the bottom of the tablet opens to reveal a small metal case. The case contains a folded section of parchments and what looks like a set of surgical instruments. They are both smooth and serrated blades. There are both smooth and serrated blades of various sizes, hooks to part flesh, a drill with different bits, a few unpleasantly large needles, and a strange metal syringe that incorporates a dead power tube. Every item is gleaming and sharp, as if begging to be used for the first time. You turn to the parchment. It is a detailed diagram of the human body, overlaid with an incredibly complex schematic of geometrical figures and glyphs. The instructions direct the magus to tattoo certain figures on the subject with a metallic ink. The more complicated procedures involve inscribing glyphs directly into the bone. These bones inscriptions are to be filled with power-infused blue steel. The other side of the parchment is scrawled with a hand-written message. These words will hold. This is a kind of working you have never encountered before, and it takes several moments for you to understand the implications. It is a guide to human experimentation. The magus following these instructions would begin with a human subject, but the result would be something not seen in hundreds of years, a super being, the incarnation of a god in living flesh. What? Oh, Thoragoth. Oh. So that's how they did it? Man. Or maybe this is the patch for the patch that I'm using right now, the beta patch? I don't know, probably not. Because we weren't given the chance to become a god ourselves at the end of the game. And that's as much spoiler as I'm gonna give you guys if you didn't see the ending of the game for either Kato or Klepta. But we weren't given a choice to become gods, and maybe with this we will? I don't know. Let's look at the things we got. Ooh, the case contains a folded section of parchment that looks like a set of surgical instruments. There are both smooth and serrated blades, and every item is gleaming and sharp. I can't really do much with it. It's not heavy, so that's a good thing. Can I inspect it again? Okay, so maybe if I increase my lore for a tiny bit, let me save the game here, and by a tiny bit I mean max it out, not really, but yeah, just to see if we can see anything else. Tablets are written in cuneiform. Okay, the tablets are addressed to those who will succeed us and bear a warning. Unfortunately, the messages were intended for their immediate successors, who presumably understood this mysterious jargon, and not those who'd come hundreds of years later. So take heed. Oh, it's the warning here. Take heed, all those who tread the path of wisdom, for you are the heirs and witnesses to the great truths inscribed herein. Pass this knowledge on to those who come after, for in it lays the power of life and death. First, know ye that these beings of which I speak dwell in the void between the stars. They are 7 in number. They wield power beyond any king or champion and cannot be slain, for they are bound by flesh nor subject. They are not bound by flesh nor subject to the corrosion of time. With great difficulty were they awakened and summoned to our plane, yet whatever their antiquity or might, we bound them to our will, which was the greatest triumph of the Magi. It followed that the treacherous dogs of Kantar, may the light never find them, did unravel our bindings. In their foolishness they wished to the dwellers of the void to reign over them. It was this mistake of our lowest enemy which led to our ruin, and the world we knew was no more. So are the workings of great men undone by ours. I curse? I think it's ours. So are the work by curse. I don't know what that is. War did wash over the land in a flood, and men and cities did burn in fire, and even the seas roiled with the fury of war. The sun became as a black circle, and the moon hid her face. With long effort and terrible sacrifice, we wisest of men banished the dwellers of the void from our world. So this was done by the survivors. This was done after the war. So it followed that they attacked us, and they wanted to, by the Kantar, they wanted the gods to know the ending of the game, and I think I now understand a little bit better what happened here. These guys were not the Empire. No, yeah. Oh, okay. These guys were the Empire. They're direct descendants of the Empire that wrote this. But what we find at the end of the game may not necessarily be that. We'll see. We'll see. Remember, those who come after, that doors can be locked, but doorways remain, and the seven do not cease in their vigilance, for they wish above all things for the seals to be broken and the doors open once more. Heed these words above all others, for they are the command of Abu Hassan Abd first of the Magi. Guard the doors forever and keep the seals undisturbed. Know that if the dwellers of the void do enter this world again, there will be no power great enough or Magi wise enough to expel them. Know that the seven watch and wait in the blackness between the stars. Guard the doors forevermore and keep the seals undisturbed. Yeah, I think they are trying to just scare people away from what they didn't want to happen. Because they are all died. These are the Magi, but there's another group that called the Acolytes. Is it Acolytes? Yeah, I could be mistaken. I think they are different groups that are at war with were at war with one another. And the Acolytes. Yeah, there's so many different tellings about all the different groups. Okay, so that was pretty cool. I will reload though, because I don't want to overspend my skills. But that was pretty cool. I'm glad that I spent a little bit of lore just to read that one. That was pretty awesome. So, I think it's time for us to go back up. I don't think there's anything else here for us. Although I don't know what to do next. Let me look at my second screen and see. So we need to return to the library and fix the engine. And there we go. That's what I did. Next, after that increased lore to 6, we're gonna go to lore to 6. Okay. And now we're going to yet another area. And we're going to Inferii. So let's just check that I have sneaking 3. I have indeed. So let's see what happens in Inferii. Oh boy, Inferii, it didn't go well for anybody last couple of times I was there. Maybe actually Klepta didn't get to go there. But yeah, the Kata was there and things went bad. Let's increase our lore up to 6. There we go. And we're going to Inferii. Let me save the game again. Can never be too careful. And Inferii is down here. Inferii. I don't know how you want to pronounce that. It depends. It depends on what Latin language you're gonna use. But anyway, as you get close to Inferii, see, but it's weird. Inferii. Let's go with Inferii. As you get close to Inferii, you see more and more villagers going about their business. As they notice you, they drop what they are doing and follow you back to the village. By the time you reach it, there is a large crowd trailing you. At the moment, they don't seem to pose any danger to you. Rather than a proper village or a settlement, Inferii turns out to be a small group of makeshift dwellings sitting on a hill overlooking the desert. When you get closer, you see that the dwellings circle a large area at the crest of a hill, decorated with stones. The stones form what appears to resemble a giant eye with a gaping hole in the middle where the iris should be. Oh. Oh, did it go like this last time we were here? The game autosaved, so we're cool. We're cool, but this is Inferii. Yes, it is. Got like the eye of Osiris or something, or Osiris. So, as we get... Oh, what? Oh, I'm here. Okay. As we get closer, we're gonna be interpelled, I think, or it's not something. One of the villagers assumes the role of a guide and points at one of the dwellings on the outskirts of the village. The dwelling is surrounded by patches of strange plants growing out of the sand. You're standing in a small room filled with various plants that leave just enough space for a bed, occupied by a dried-up crone. One of the villagers respectfully taps her on the shoulder and whispers something to her ear. The crone gestures, looking irritated, and the villagers fall back, leaving you alone with her. She slowly gets up, sighs, and comes closer to take a good look at you. Well, she says in a low, raspy voice. That wasn't a low, raspy voice, but right there. Look what the wind blew in! She fixes you in a hard stare and scoffs, her withered lips twisting and moving, as if searching for the right words to express his displeasure. So, what am I supposed to do with you? Why should you do anything? What do you do when a garden sprouts weeds? You remove them without pity, even though a weed is a living thing and wants to live as much as everything else does. If you don't, they will ruin the garden. So this is your garden? It is, nods the crone. I've been looking after these people for decades. I delivered most of them into this world. Not many midwives around these parts. I watched them grow, kept them safe, weeded out the bad seeds. Speaking of which, why did you come here? What is it that you seek? I'm looking for the temple of Thoragoth. Do you see any temple around here? She scoffs again. Why are you looking for it? It holds answers to many questions? It holds a lot more than that. How do you know that? I visited it when I was young and curious. I walked down the ancient halls. I held in my hands the relics of gods left behind. I sat where the magi did when they came in droves to learn the knowledge that didn't belong in this world. I've even looked down at the sleeping god that lies there and wondered if the keys of a fair maiden, don't look at me, I wasn't born old, would have the power to wake him. But even then, the crone raises her voice suddenly, I had the wisdom not to touch things I don't understand and leave them alone. Wisdom, your kind lacks. Wisdom or fear? Fear is the beginning of wisdom, says the crone with disdain, shaking her head at your foolishness. For only a fool isn't afraid. Knowing what the gods have done, knowing their power and how freely they used it, how can one be afraid? Men talk a lot about overcoming fear, but fear is a natural thing. Its purpose is not to scare you, but to keep you alive. And by staying alive, by avoiding things that would kill you, you gain wisdom. So, the god is still there, sleeping. Why wouldn't he be? It's not like he has anywhere else to go. What if the god can make things better, can fix all of this? What if he makes things worse? That's the difference between the torn dwellers and the desert folk. The town dwellers and the desert folk. You hope, always hope. She spits the word hope as it was an insult. You hope that the Lord will be merciful. Hope that guards won't harass you. Hope that the store owner will take pity on you. That the levies won't be raised too much this year. That the prices won't go up. That there will be work tomorrow. You're so used to hoping that someone will take care of you that you're ready to believe in just about anything as long as it promises you new hope. You seem to know a lot about town life for someone who lives in the middle of nowhere. I wasn't born here. You mentioned hope. What's wrong with hope? What's wrong with hope? Didn't I just say? Hope is for fools who don't know what they are doing. In the desert, there's no room for hope. You count on yourself, not on other people. You don't hope to find water. You either carry enough or know where the wells or the plants that store water are. You don't eat what you don't know, hoping that it won't kill you or paralyze your stomach, slowly starving you to death even if you have enough food. And you certainly don't wake a god hoping that he has your best interest at heart, assuming he has one to begin with. Yeah, he probably doesn't. And you're so upset, so used to expecting the worst that you would reject divine help if it was offered, simply because it doesn't fit your beliefs. Divine help? No being, mortal or divine, ever does anything without a reason. What reason would they have to help a poor old ass? Yeah, she's smart. If she's telling the truth, and she probably is because she knows about the sarcophagus. Oh, no spoilers. That's not a spoiler. But yeah, she probably is telling the truth. Then she knows a lot, and I'm not gonna go against her because Tertius doesn't. Tertius is an idiot, as of right now. Okay, let's go with this one. I think it's a fairer, I guess, a fairer solution to this query here. Everyone needs something. Whatever these gods want, worship, gold, virgins, temples, it's a small price to pay for their help. So eager to give away anything that's not yours to improve your life, eh? But what if it's more than even you are willing to pay? It's not the kind of Jenny you can put back in the bottle again, then what? Are you certain that the Jenny will stay in the bottle forever? The spells that bind him will fade away one day, and he'll be free. So it's unavoidable. So if it's unavoidable, I'd rather him being in our debt. Very well, says the crone, looking at you strangely. If you're so eager to go there, it's not my place to hold you back. Just keep in mind what we talked about here. You know where the Dead River is? It's north of Ganazar, far north of it. One of the locals there can show you the way. The temple is beyond the river, but the real trick is getting across alive. Those helpful gods of yours vaporized it during the war. The riverbed's been deadly ever since. You can still see ancient ships at the bottom, and the bones of all those who tried their luck and went down there. Luck is a poor defense against the magic of the gods, so think twice before you decide to wake one of them up. How do I get across then? The locals can get you across. They've lost their ways, but I'm sure you can think of something. Oh, she's the one! She's the one! I just now realized it. She's a mean old lady. Oh, she's the one! Oh, yeah, when you get to Dead River, I'll remember, I hope. How did you convince them to take you across the river? Something changes in the crone's face. Oh, she's not talking. She looks like she's about to say something, but waves you away instead. Oh, she's not gonna give me anything. You're wasting daylight. Be on your way now. Oh, kind of a shame. Oh boy. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. We now know about. Well, she didn't throw us in. Oh no, don't leave. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. The villagers surround you the moment you step outside, but the crone shakes her head and they step back, obeying instantly and without questions. Leave this place while you can. There we go. Okay, so we're good. We're good. I want to go down there, but off my own free will, because the last time we were here, they threw us down there. But we're gonna be able to go there, I think, because they don't really mind. Hopefully. But that's gonna be for next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been the Age of Decadence. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.